Hello, it is May 19th, and I'm bad at this apparently. Alright, it is prototype version 1.2.5 that I made today, and the good news is that it was a very short update. It's even small, even compared to the other small quality of lifestyle improvement updates. This one's even smaller. I mean, look, that's all of it. That's very small. And also, you may have noticed in the comments of my original of the last devlog, I had a list of wanted features, and I actually ended up following through on that. So all of the wanted features are done, and you know what that means? That means that the next version will be 1.3.1. So that's going to be pretty cool. That's when I'm going to start working on more advanced features. But I wanted to also show you this. So if we go into the files, in this case it's called Neo Dungeon because that's what I called it when I started, and go into this new folder called Versions, there it is. I saved the prototype version 1.2 in a zip file in the Neo Dungeon or Break the Surface file. The reason why people do this is so that way if they end up making a catastrophic mistake or they realize that they've gone in a direction that they don't like or something like that, they can easily just boot up a previous version and then just remake what they need from there. So if I'm making version 1.3 and I end up screwing something up and the whole program becomes corrupted and I can't do anything about it and I lose months of work, that's okay because I will just be able to unzip this and then just start from version 1.2. And then I'll do this for 1.3 and 1.4 and eventually I'll get to version 2 and I'll do version 2.1. You get the idea. Yeah, I'm serving every single version here from now on. Now that means that this should really be called... There you go. And I really should save this on like a USB drive or something. I can do that later. Anyway, here's what actually changed in this update. Alright. Oh wait, hold up. This is no longer accurate. Okay. Alright, so first things first. I reintroduced the player's buffer timer. So it'll work just like it did before. If the player is currently buffering, if the player buffers an action, then this timer will start. And if this timer ends before the buffered action can be processed, then the buffered action is nullified. It's a simple little system that ensures that makes sure that the player doesn't feel like they're doing actions that they don't want to. And it'll also make the timing mechanic, if I decide to do that, feel a lot better. What else? Oh, yep. I also made a few changes to the dash. For one, I made the roll acceleration value. I'm going to show you right here. I changed it to 200. And I also made the roll timer... Oh, and also this is no longer accurate as well. This is why you need to actively do your patch notes, kids. Okay. So basically, I made the roll acceleration smaller so that way when you finish a dash, the player essentially comes to a complete stop. Oh, okay, maybe not a complete stop, but you get the idea. Maybe I could like do a thing where I apply friction afterwards. Maybe I'll do that off camera. But I did that in order to make the dashes feel more deliberate. And also I added this feature where if the player dashes 2 times in a row, then they will go into the combo cooldown state, which will basically basically stop them in their tracks, and they have to deal with it. Yeah, it's a little finicky at the moment. I'm probably going to have to make some improvements, but that's basically how it works. And also, finally, so I introduced some new features. So, for example, with relating to the angle that the player attacks in. So, for one, the player is now able to attack in. Wait a minute. Okay, that's a bug. Okay, I gotta fix that. Hold on. We're gonna do that. All right. Well, it's basically the feature is that now the player can change directions mid combo, but still if they end up crossing the cursor, this is not the case. So that's cool. Again, it's finicky. It needs to be changed, and yeah, that's really about it. So I need to fix some of the finickiness, but I want to move on to version 1.3 now, so I'm gonna do that. All right. See ya.